Hi everyone, my name is Katie Shabatoni, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of higher level thinking questions and ways that you can apply them in your classroom. Higher level thinking questions are those that students cannot answer from recall or by reading information directly from the text. For example, if you read a story about Goldilocks and the Three Bears and you ask your students what the problem was in the story, then you're just having them recall information that they've read or that they've learned before. We're going to talk about ways that we challenge the students' thinking and ways that we can ask them questions to do so. These types of questions promote critical thinking skills because these types of questions expect the students to analyze, apply, synthesize, and evaluate information instead of simply just recalling the facts. Using these questions in your classroom allows the students' brains to become more open-minded, which allows them to grow. Next, the information that is learned and processed through these higher level thinking questions is remembered longer and more clearly than information that is processed through the lower order or just rote memorization information. This knowledge that is obtained by the students through these higher level thinking processes is more easily transferable as well. The students with a deep conceptual understanding of an idea will be much more likely to be able to apply that knowledge to solve new problems in a new and different way. So now that we have learned about the importance of these higher level thinking questions, I'm going to go through the hierarchy of questioning. We're going to start at the very bottom and work our way up to the top to the highest possible questions that you could ask your class to really get their brains thinking and allow the brains to grow. So I want to welcome you to the Bloom family. This is a family of thinkers. The next couple of slides that I'm going to go through, I will talk about each family member and where they are on the different hierarchy of questioning. Again, like I stated before, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. Each member of the family is very important in your classroom. It is important to use each level of questioning. Even just the remote memorization is very important, as well as the highest level of thinking. So I want you to meet the first brother. This is the I remember brother. He's on the very bottom of Bloom's taxonomy. He can exhibit his memory of previously learned material by recalling fundamental facts, terms, basic concepts, and answers about something he's learned or read. So as I go through each person, I will give you a list of keywords that will help you know if you're asking what kind of question you're asking, and I will give you some example questions that you can maybe jot down to use in your classroom, some question stems. So if you are talking about remembering information, some of the questions may start with who, what, when, where, why, which, and so on. Now, some question stems that you can use in your classroom is what is blank? What is the problem of the story? Or who were the main who were the main characters? When did Goldilocks go into the house? Or when did the bears come home? And the rest of the questions are there for you as well. The next sister in the family is the I understand sister. So she is one step above her brother, and she has everything to do about comprehension. Does the student know what they learned or what they read? She can demonstrate her understanding of facts and ideas by organizing, comparing, translating, interpreting, giving descriptors, and stating main ideas. Some of her keywords are compare, contrast, outline, relate, can you rephrase what you read, explain, and so on. Some question stems you may use in your classroom could be, how would you compare ... or how would you contrast whatever you're learning about? Will you interpret in your own words why you think Goldilocks went to the house? So again, they're not just recalling information, they're using their brain in a slightly different way than just going back to the story and recalling what they read. The third brother of the family is the I apply brother. So he is one step again above the I understand sister. This brother can solve problems in new situations by applying information that he has learned through knowledge, facts, techniques, and rules in a different or new way. Some keywords, of course, would be apply, could be build, choose, develop, interview, organize, experiment with. Some question stems you can use in your classroom would be, how would you use blank? Or how would you solve this using what you've learned? What examples can you find to blank? The next sister is the I analyze sister. She is one level deeper than just applying the knowledge that they've learned. She can examine and break information down into parts by identifying their motives and causes. They can make inferences and find evidence to support her generalizations. Some of her keywords, again, of course, is analyze, categorize, classify, discover, examine, inference, conclusion, test for. And some example questions that you can use would be, what are the parts or features of? How is blank related to? Why do you think ... Again, the kids are going to have a really hard time with these questions if they're not used to thinking this way. Their brain really wants them to be able to go and find the answer. The kids, when they get to this level, they may look at you and go, I don't know. That's okay. We're going to tell them it's okay that you might not know the information, but really use your brain and think and coach them through this process. This is the second to highest level of thinking there is. So we only have 2 more levels left. This is the I create sister. And she can compile information together that she's learned in a different way by combining elements in a new pattern or proposing alternative solutions. Her keywords, you may say you can go build something, or choose, combine, create, of course, imagine, invent. So this thinking allows the students to take what they learned and go create something. Go create, a machine or an experiment to prove that gravity is real. So this is a fun one for the kids because they get their hands dirty and hands-on. Some questions you can use in your classroom. What changes would you make to solve blank? What way would you design blank? How would you test it? And the last brother is the I evaluate brother. This one will be the hardest for your students, but it is the best for their brain to really get their brain thinking and growing. He can present and defend his opinions by making judgments about information, validity of ideas, or quality of work based on a set of criteria. His keywords could be award, choose, conclude, defend, evaluate, prove, explain, or disprove. So you may ask, well, would it be better if we did this experiment instead of this one? Well, why do you think that? Or how do you think we could determine that gravity is real? So the kids are really having to think about, well, I don't know, but they're having to evaluate the information that they've learned. So I hope that through this presentation that you are able to take this information that you learned and take it back and apply it to your classroom. Use those question stems. Again, start at the bottom and work your way to the top. It is okay if your kids look at you like, I don't know the answer. Coach them through it, let them know it's going to be okay, and you will see great rewards in this process. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks.